Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Studio. My name is Adam, and today we're going to be talking about the Humes & Berg Galaxy Grip Bag. It's often said that a percussionist's most important thing is their stick bag, because without your sticks you can't play. And having a good mallet bag is absolutely essential for any percussionist. Now I have 5 simple criteria for my perfect mallet bag. Criteria number 1, it needs to be portable. It needs to be relatively small, something that I can take on an aeroplane without having to check it in. Because as a percussionist we always carry stuff, it has to be small enough that I can carry with one hand. It has to be portable so that I can use it every day. Criteria number 2, it needs to be built well. This stick bag is going to hold at least $1,000 worth of mallets, and the last thing I want is for the bag to tear and all my mallets to fly everywhere, or for the bag to just crush some really expensive sticks. The hardware on the bag needs to be well built. It needs to have lots of handles, really good zips, and it needs to be weatherproof. Criteria number 3, which is probably one of the most important criteria when you're getting picky about stick bags, it needs to be easy to access. I need to be able to get my sticks out and have them ready to go in less than 5 seconds. And similarly, I need to be able to put them back into the bag in less than 5 seconds. Convenience thing is a big deal because rehearsal schedules are tight. You need to have your mallets ready to go ASAP. So I need to make sure that I can get my mallets in and out of the bag really quickly. Criteria number 4, it needs to be able to hold a reasonable amount of mallets. Now I own close to about 20 pairs of mallets. I use about 15 pairs in my general rotation, and I want to have them all in the one place so that I can always carry them everywhere, so that if I want a different sound, all my mallets are there ready to be taken. And the 5th criteria, which is also very important, the bag must not damage the mallets. The bag must prevent mallets from rubbing against each other, which is essentially important for things like timpani mallets. But marimba mallets also, like ones that are really loosely woven, if they rub against each other, it's game over. So it needs to protect those mallets. And I feel like the Galaxy bag I'm about to talk about fulfills all of these requirements. So people usually associate the word stick bag with those foldy stick bags. You know the one I'm talking about, right? Like everyone has them. The foldy stick bag with like a zip that goes all the way around. I have 2 of those foldy stick bags, and they're great, they do the job. Heaps of manufacturers make them, so they're easy to get. But the first thing is they're not convenient. It's so hard to get mallets in and out of there because you have to undo the entire zip to open the bag, put them inside, fold it back up, zip it all the way around. Open the bag, put them inside, fold it back up, put them inside. Open the bag, put them inside, put them inside. That takes in excess of 20 to 30 seconds because you may have a lot of mallets and it might be really hard to unzip. And also because it's the foldy design, the mallets are crushed against each other, which means that if you have something like 2-tone mallets or if you have timpani mallets, the hair will come off in like no time because they just keep rubbing and rubbing against each other in transit. And the footprint of a reasonable size foldy bag is just too big. Like most professional foldy stick bags are like this big, which is far too big to be lugging around because it's just this big bulky square. So I came across the Galaxy bag, which is a freestanding cylindrical bag. So it's like a cylinder that you can put on the floor vertically or you can put it horizontally. And the difference between this and some other bags that are also cylindrical shaped is that it has a hard resin base at the bottom. I think it's called ABS resin or something. So the bag will just stand up and it will always work. It doesn't crumple, it doesn't lose its shape, it's just always a cylinder. The bag itself is made of this composite material. It's nice and thick but also flexible, and from what I've discovered, it's waterproof. I've had it in the rain, it's never gotten wet. So now on the outside of the bag, you'll notice that there are 2 handles. There's one on the top and one on the side, which means you can carry it vertically or horizontally. So there's a multitude of carrying options, which makes it extremely convenient when you're in a rush. At the top you have a zip pocket where you can put all kinds of stuff like S120 batteries and pencils and erasers and earplugs and any small things that you want to get out without having to unzip the entire bag, which I think is a really cool feature. On the side next to the handle, which is a really nice soft handle by the way, you have this shoulder strap which you can remove if you unclip it, or if you keep it on, you have this really nice padded shoulder strap so you can carry it over your shoulder. And on the shoulder strap itself, there's this little pocket that's about the size of a small phone, and you can put things like maybe your wallet, your keys, or in my case, I put my vlog camera in there. And at the top of the bag, you have an ID window where you can put in an ID card or a business card that has your name on it or your address if you're so inclined. I put in this card that I got from a conference at UWA, which has my name on it already, so it looks great. All of the zips are really nice. They all have the Humes & Berg logo engraved on them. And most importantly, the main zips for the mallet compartment are lockable. They have little loops that let you lock them together, which is great if you're traveling with it. Just chuck on a TSA lock and your mallets are safe. Another key feature of this bag is the flip top. So you unzip the top, and the bag flips backwards. And inside this flip top of the bag, you've got this mesh pocket where you can put anything you want. I usually put some band-aids in there, and that's a really handy pocket, but I would have kind of wished that it was buttoned or zipped or something so that the stuff doesn't fall out, because usually if you shake your bag around too much, the stuff falls out of the pocket into the main compartment, and then I just lose all my stuff. But it's a cool idea. I like that they're using every space possible. Now this flip top is really easy to maneuver around your mallets when you want to close the bag, because it's made of this flexible yet strong material. I don't know what it is, but it's really cool. You can just flip it over the top and zip it up, and you're gone in like 5 seconds. Easy, no problems. But anyway, back to the mallet compartment. Open up the bag and you'll see that you can put all your mallets vertically, freestanding. The heads are not touching each other. It is the safest way to store your mallets. And what's even better is because it's vertical, you can instantly see which mallet is where, and you can just pull it straight out. There's no fumbling around little pockets here and there. You just take it out. Now inside this bag, I've got approximately 20 pairs of mallets. I have fit up to 25 pairs before. You could probably go up to 30 if you are confident enough, but I usually stick to around 20 because that gives a bit of wiggle room in between the mallets. But if you wanted to pack it tightly, you totally could. Inside the Galaxy bag, which is again padded and lined with this really cool nylon-like material, so there's like quite a few layers before it gets to your mallets from the outside. You have 4 Velcro pieces which are arranged in a cross shape, which you can rearrange. You can get rid of the Velcro completely and just have one big compartment, or you can keep it the way it is and have 4 smaller compartments. You can just have 2 dividers and just have 2 compartments. It's completely up to you. It's like, it reminds me of DSLR camera bags. It's just a thing that should be on all stick bags, a flexible compartment. I love this flexible compartment idea. I keep it as 4 because it keeps the mallets nice and straight. If I have one big compartment, they tend to move around too much because I've only got 20 pairs in there. So next to these flexible compartments, you'll see 3 smaller holes, which are for small mallets. Now I think you would use these for pencils or triangle beaters, small mallets like that. It's not quite long enough to fit a full-size glockenspiel mallet, but things like egg shakers, stuff like that, you can just slot into these slots. And opposite to that, you have yet another mesh pocket. Humes and Berg killing it with the mesh pockets. Inside this mesh pocket, you can put pretty much any accessories you want to put in here, like egg shakers or a metronome, tuners, small things. So not only does this bag fit 30 pairs of mallets, it also fits all of your accessories in all these little convenient pockets, which I just love. And then when you're done with your mallets, you zip it all up, put it back inside, you realize this bag is actually quite small. It's not that big at all. I would say it's equivalent to maybe the size of a small boombox, like literally this big. And that means you can take it on the plane, you can carry it with you on the bus. It's a very convenient shape. And of course, the final thing about this bag is that it's not very expensive. It's actually only about $100 to $120. It's very cheap for the quality that you're getting. And again, this is not a sponsored video for Humes and Berg. I just really like this bag. And it's the first stick bag that I've really felt confident in using long term because it just works. Humes and Berg, if there was a tick of approval for the studio, you would get it. Good job. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'm thinking of doing a stick bag comparison video between this stick bag and the other foldy stick bags that I have, just so you can see the difference. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. Let me know if you have any ideas for mallet reviews, or if you want to see any videos about technique, stuff like that. I can do any of those. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for more studio content. And also, I've got my vlog channel in the description below if you want to see more from me every day. And I'll see you next week for another episode of The Studio. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.
Money rains from the sky above, but keep the change, 'cause we got